everybody, welcome back to Prepper Junkie. Today we have a very cool firearm in front of us. It's the Benelli M4 Tactical. So let's go ahead and take a look at this bad boy. So for those of you that don't know, the Benelli M4 is actually made in Italy and imported to the United States. It's a semi-auto shotgun introduced in 2003. But it's imported with this tube. It's a 5+1, so 5 in the tube, 1 in the chamber, and it has this restrictor on it, which is like so. It just slips off, so you can change this out. So to keep it compliant for 922R, it has to be imported with the 5-round tube. You can switch it out. Now, what I'm about to say is not legal advice or anything like that. Please check the laws yourself. I'm not a lawyer, and so I'm not saying that this is 100% accurate. This is how I interpret it. So that's just my legal disclaimer. All right, so to switch out to have the increased capacity, if you take out the tube, you have to put in 3 US made parts, and it's not any parts, it has to be certain parts. There's a list out there somewhere, and they have to be stamped made in the USA, because it is up to you to prove those parts are made in the USA. Okay, so what I did was, as I say, I took this off. It's pretty simple. You need a heat gun to heat it up, because they use red Loctite, and you're going to have to heat up the receiver part to get this out. Now, you can actually do the extension one of 2 ways. You can do a full tube like I did, and actually this tube is made by Freedom Fighter Tactical. It's $200, and it's stamped made in the US of A. That counts as 1. Okay, that counts as 1 part made in the US of A. The second part I did was the tactical stock. This is by Mesa. It's also stamped made in the US of A. And the third piece I have is the aluminum follower. This is the original that came with it, but I have another one in here, and I'll show you in just a little bit. Again, by Freedom Fighter Tactical, that is stamped made in the US of A. Those 3 including the tube, allows me to have this tube on here. I know it's kind of crazy. I mean, we know we have some crazy laws that we've got to follow. It just is what it is, right? There is other parts that you can change out if you want to increase capacity, or if you want to put a collapsible stock on per se, then you have to add 1, even though if it's made in the USA, you have to add 1 more made in the USA part. It's crazy, it's complicated. Please look into it if you plan on doing this, so you don't get yourself into trouble. But there you go. All right, so you can do the full tube switch, or you can take off this restrictor. You can buy a tube extender that goes in, so you don't have to take this tube off. But if you do that, the extender, even if it's made in the US of A, it does not count to one of your 3 pieces. So if you do the extender, you put that in, you have to switch out 3 pieces. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Just follow the laws, guys. Just read into it yourselves. Don't make any mistakes. Got that boring garbage out of the way. All right. So as I said, this is the full tube. It can hold up to 7 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. If you ghost load, you can hold up to 9 total rounds. I do have some issues depending on the shell's length that I put in here, that it can only hold 6, so just be aware of that if you do switch it out. The actual barrel length is 8.5 inches. The overall length of the firearm, after I switched out the stock, this is not the original stock, that's the original stock, this one's a little shorter. This configuration is 38 inches with the original stock, which is 2 inches longer. It comes in at 40 inches. And so, yeah. Now, the Benelli is made, it came into production in 2003, and it is used by a lot of militaries worldwide. It is used currently by the US military. It is an extremely reliable semi-auto shotgun, and part of the reason for that is the gas system that Benelli created specifically for the M4, and it's the Argo system. Argo system stands for auto-regulated gas operation, and it's in here. So we'll take this apart in a second, and I'll show you the internals of this system. But that's what makes it so reliable, is that system. It uses 2 stainless steel self-cleaning pistons. Very cool operating system. The weight unloaded comes in at 7.8 pounds, and has a 10-year warranty, limited warranty from Benelli, just in case you are interested in that part. Okay, so let's take a little bit closer look at the stock here. They both have this really nice textured grips if your hands get wet. And so yeah, you can see here, if I put it here, you can see how much, how much longer it is. It's at least 2 inches longer. And the reason I used to say I took the stock off, there is nothing wrong with it, but the reason I took it off is because the fact that I need a made in the USA part to have my extended tube, which I went over previously. So this is a Mesa tactical stock. Hopefully I said that right. As I said, it does have this nice rubberized grip here. It feels really nice. It does have this cheek rise here, and you can see that it has these, so you can bolt it down. But on the stock here, there's these ridges that this would slot into, so you can take this off and then slide it so you can have this cheek riser higher depending on how you like it set. Maybe you're using an optic and you need the cheek riser to be higher to kind of line that up. So this Mesa came as one piece, and it comes with a limb saver, and it did work really, really well shooting this firearm. And the other part of the Mesa kit and upgrade that I did was it comes standard with an aluminum rail on top, again for optics or whatever you want to put on there. But this Mesa one I bought comes with a rail, and then it comes with the shell holder. So obviously you can see it holds 6 shells. It just screws in. There's 4 screws on top you take out, put them in. Very, very nice. That kit, that upgrade, I got a really good deal on it from Botash, and now I realize that some people have had issues with them. I personally have not ever had issues with them, but this kit, and it included a couple of other little things, was $100, which is an absolutely fantastic deal when you break this out separately. Even individually, buying from other places, this tactical stock was more money. So yeah, really good price. I'll put the link in the description. Hopefully it's still available if you guys decide to buy it. All right. So let's go ahead. So that's obviously how you rack it. And let's have a look at this trigger here. I'm going to do it on this side so you guys can see. You can already see how far back this trigger is. There's very little to no take up. Nice, clean, audible brake. See the reset. Audible, tactile, clean. Super nice trigger for a shotgun. So also, obviously this is it locked back, the bolt locked back. To release this is actually your bolt release button right here. So it is a little small. I do have a GG&G pad coming, which will just extend that. So when you're gripping, up here and you got to release, it's kind of hard to find that little button. And so adding a pad will just give it a little bit more, real estate to find and press to make life a little easier. The side charging handle comes out by pushing it in, turning and pulling. It simply comes out that way. The last thing on the exterior that we should talk about is the ghost sights. I have never personally used ghost sights before, but let me tell you, I was very impressed with these, and I'm probably not going to be able really to demonstrate how cool these are on camera. You can see there it has the 2 dots on the side with the ring, and then up front you have the dot. They work super well. I was really impressed with them. Obviously, I might end up throwing a red dot or something on here, but there's no need to. Those goat sights did work very, very well. I was very happy with them. Zoom back out. Let's go to show you how to disassemble this Benelli M4. It's pretty simple. Just come to the end here. Now, there is a spring captured by this end piece, so very carefully take it off and maybe keep your fingers over the end of it so it doesn't shoot away. Famous last words from me. Almost there. Don't do it. It's almost there. All right, there we go. And there's your spring. Take that out. Let's see if we can get the follower to come out. And this was the follower I was telling you about. So this is from Freedom Tactical. And again, let me see if, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on camera, guys, but let me try to see if I can get the light right. Right there, made in the US of A. Okay, so that's what you need to have. These kind of things, you need to have them stamped to prove, as I said. So that's a stock. This is the Freedom Tactical one. This costs about $30 just for this little aluminum piece. This is an upgraded wire. I think it was 25 spring. The tube from Freedom Tactical was about $200 also. Again, I'll put links into the description, also including where to buy the Benelli as well. Okay, so now we've taken that piece off, we need to take out the charging handle. To take it out, you simply should just push in, turn and pull out. Now, it doesn't always go to plan, but there you go, I got it on the second try. So that is out, so don't lose these parts. And then what we're going to do is you need to pull like so. I'm going to zoom back out so you guys can see what's going on. All right, so pull this off. Okay, and then simply pull out the bolt carrier grip, and that is disassembled. Very simple toolless disassembly, which is the way, again, it was designed so in the field that they could break these down, clean them, or whatever they had to do. So very, very easy to disassemble, which is awesome. Now we're going to mention the piston system. So these foregrips, again, just kind of slide off. And this is the pistons, self-cleaning piston system here. Reassemble, just go in reverse, put your bolt carrier grip back in. You want to make sure that your trigger is down, the hammer is down, to make this install easier. So you should be able to slide this back in, like so. Put your charging handle back in, push it down, give it a little turn, locks back. All right, and then zoom back out again. Okay, so I'll put this tube through it. Make sure everything's lined up. And I have. All right, and we're back in like so. So now that's in place, you put your spring back in, or excuse me, your follower back in. Wink. And then your spring back in. Once you get it in, get your end cap, and then just kind of push your spring in. Be careful not to bend it. And then tighten the end piece down. And you have reassembled. Going. Make sure that is tight, because this is the piece that holds everything together. Bolt release, function check. Safety is on. Bolt release, safety's on. Yeah, everything's good. And that's how you reassemble it. So again, it's really simple on camera. Everything always looks harder on camera when I do it. But yeah, simple process to put it back together. Now let's talk about shooting this. I've owned shotguns in the past, just pumps, and they're never really that much fun to shoot. This, I don't know if it's the design, the Argo system, whatever it is, it was an absolute blast to shoot. It did not kill my shoulder, which it does have a nice limb saver on the end here, which could be part of it. But it fired everything. I put through a couple boxes of Black Aces Tactical. These are actually made in Italy, which I just found out today. Didn't know that. So we're using some Italian ammo and an Italian gun. It fed flawlessly. I put through some Estate double-aught buckshot. This is double-aught buckshot also, sorry. And I used some low recoil slugs as well at the range. Ran flawlessly. No problems whatsoever. Just purred along. So shooting experiences is surprisingly very, very, very nice. Let's talk price. Guys, these are not cheap. And as far as I'm concerned, it's for a good reason. They have a proven system. They obviously are used in the military. Obviously, they have a slightly different setup, but these are using it, so they are battle proven, right? And they're just an incredible piece of kit, but they're expensive, as I said. The base model like this, you're going to be paying around $2,000 to $2,100 as the time of posting this video. I actually got this before the prices went up a little bit, so I paid just under $2,000 for it. Now, which is fine, it's a lot of money for a shotgun, but do I think it is worth it? Yeah, I do. Okay, just putting that out there. However, Other things to take in consideration if you buy this, if you want to have increased capacity, you're going to have to pay out more money. And so, and I told you what I did, you know, my tube was 200, the follower's 30, and this tactical stock was 100. So you're talking another $320 if you want to increase the capacity. Now, I did say there's other ways to do it. There's a plethora of accessories for the Benelli M4, including trigger kits, which are, there's 3-part trigger kit, which is all marked made in the USA. You're going to pay at least $200 for that. Again, and then if you want to put, so if you just want to put like an extension tube in, you know, you could put like a trigger set in or something like that. But anyway, just bear in mind, if you want to increase capacity, you're going to be looking at least $300, I would say, to make it compliant. So I just want people to bear that in mind. But as I say, it was just a blast to shoot. And I really enjoyed this. I do recommend it. If you have the cash and you're willing to spend that kind of money, it's a fantastic firearm, recommended for sure. And if you have any questions, any comments, please ask them below. I'm always happy to help out whenever I can. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. It doesn't cost you a dime, but it really does help my channel out greatly. So I really do appreciate that. And that's it, folks. All right. It's been a pleasure as always. And until next time, I'll catch you later.